Today is the third and final day of Baltimore Comic-Con, and I am with Tom Stidman, who is the CEO, chair, and founder of Miryokucon. Alright, so this is going to be a return to anime conventions in Baltimore, correct?
Yes, we are Baltimore's return to anime and video game conventions here in the city itself. Otakon went away, and then another show came. I won't put that down, but the lesson from that show is that the community figured out that it has to come from the community, the local community itself. Here, it can't come from people who are out of town unless certain conditions happen. Here, it's a simple way and nice way to put it on this front.
So what goes through creating a convention? What is the process of this?
Okay, let me start. We started about last October. We got the official word that the former con that happened over at the Hyatt, it was called Animore, and was permanently going away. I also had been thinking about starting a con here but I wanted to see how the pandemic. It kind of started back in late 2020. Then the pandemic dragged on and ended well into 21. And then as we started kind of making that curve in late 2021 here, that's when I decided to do that. It took about 6 months to find the right, in fits and starts, to find the right venue that Abe wanted us and was willing to be reasonable enough for us. We're very thankful we lost our original place in February on Katsucon weekend. We were about 2 weeks from announcing at that point. But the Marriott Inner Harbor is a great host. Pat Palmieri, Gary Vaughn, all the folks I've talked to them, they're really good. They want us to succeed here. We are $139 a night for our hotel room block. Normally that hotel's about $169 to $189 per night on a weekend here. So we're very excited to be there. We're walking distance. We're literally, here's the hotel. There's where we are at the convention center. After we signed the contract, you have to, kind of simultaneously, we got a website set up, we got a social media presence started, and we started reaching out to cons, to Con Table and those sort of things here. Then we started the back end work to do the formal announcement back in May on our social media and through Glimish. Now, the last few months, we're building our core staff here and starting to promote online through social media and here at shows such as Baltimore Comic-Con here. Now, where we go from here, that's the second part of this. We're 11 months out here. What we need from the community here is a few things. Here are 3 easy ways to help us right now. If you're willing to volunteer, go to our website, Miryokucon.com, and volunteer. Second way, in the next 2 weeks, we're going to open our room block to the public here. It is $139 a night, as I stated, and it helps us. Every person who gets a room, it helps us meet one of the key criteria hotels want to have the event for it to happen, which is room nights. Hotels don't make money on empty beds here. That's the second thing that can help us. Thirdly, giving us money directly by pre-registering. Our full weekend badge right now is $40 until March 1st, 2023. Our at-door for Saturday is $45. Our full weekend outdoor is $60. The full weekend, we are lower than any other con in the Metro Baltimore area. Baltimore, D.C., are in the Anime Con space, Anime Video Game Con space, for a full weekend pass. So by joining, those are the three ways you can help us. There are ways we're trying. Right now, we've announced our first guest of honor here. That's Kimberly Ann Campbell. She is Nahida from Genshin, along with Hayase Nagatoro from Toy With Me Master Nagatoro here. We're really excited to bring in young up-and-coming voice actress here. So that's what we're working on. We also need to bring dealers on board. We also need to get a program. That's going to happen over the next few months ahead here. Over the January, February, March timeframe is the start of programming, sign-ups, those sort of things. You're going to see a lot of things here over the next few months. And also starting to bring in more guests here. Our philosophy, and then it's getting the layouts, and it's getting this and a lot of back end things. There'll be a lot of promotion ahead. They've gotten so far confirmed Ocean City Comic-Con, which we're really excited about reaching the eastern shore of Maryland on. We're going to be at Farpoint February 10th through 12th. KatsuCon on February 17th through 19th. Zenkai Con March 24th through 26th. HBCUCon April 28th through 30th. LordCon, which is the 7th through 9th of July, and a bunch of others that we haven't quite worked on and gotten through. A lot of what we do now is promoting, because we have to get attendees, staff, and hotel rooms filled. So that's the second, we're now in that second part to the convention. The first part is getting the back end set up, and now we're going into putting the event together itself here. And then lots of big things ahead on that front. A lot of things here that we have to do. We have to make sure there's rooms for our staff, rooms for our guests of honor. Here, that's something I'm doing this week here on our end to get that started to launch block. So there's a lot of things ahead. Getting our staff to get things going on programming, all that stuff here. So it's a lot ahead. The average attendee and many staff only see the 3 days of show, but it takes really a year and a half to 2 years for that one weekend of show to happen here.
Is there anything else you want to add?
We are really excited. We really want, just as a heads up, we're not trying to be Otakon. We know there's a lot of love and excitement for Otakon, for a show coming back. We don't want to oversell the show. We're probably going to be capped at 1,000 people per day here. We're trying to build community with the show. This is a very different show, but this is a very different community, the Comic-Con community, than the anime. We want to bring great panels. We want to bring interesting guests who will talk about things. We want to bring great artists that are regional, dealers that are regional here, that fit our mission as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
And I will definitely see you there.
Yes.